Hi everyone, welcome to this new Conversations with Zoe. Always a pleasure to have you here. Here we share nuggets, information, wisdom, knowledge to help us achieve success, which we believe is not just accumulating a lot of money and acquiring material possessions, but it is also fulfilling the intention of our creation, and that intention it is nothing else than our purpose. And the linking component between our potential and our purpose is productivity, fruitfulness. That is why we define success as a way of fulfilling our purpose using our potential in a productive way. It is very, very important for us to understand the role of productivity in helping us achieving success on a daily basis. It's not just about getting money. It's great to have money. It's not just about having stuff. It's great to have them, but we have to make sure that every day we are producing things that allow us to move and to fulfill our purpose on a daily basis. Is very important. Yeah, I'm Zoe from Cameroon. Always a pleasure to have you here. Today we are in the beginning of the new year, and as me, I think and I hope you also received many best wishes for this new year, and maybe you also send some best wishes to your relatives, to your friends, to your colleagues, to your collaborators, to wish them a best year, a successful year, and a happy year. But it is great to do all of that, but we have also to understand that nothing will change in 2023. As many people wish, as many people think, as many people are praying. It's good to wish, it's good to hope, it's good to pray. You have to continue to do those things, but you have to know that there are things you have to add to your wish, to your hope, and to your prayer. It is very important. It is what you bring in 2023 that will make the difference in your life, that will change the results in your life. For example, if we say that it is the harvest season, the season of harvest, and you haven't sowed your seed in the past, you will never have a harvest. Even if it's the season of harvest, the fact that before that season you didn't sow your seed in a good ground that you prepared in the first place, you will not have a harvest to enjoy. So the season of harvest can be here, but you are not enjoying the harvest because you didn't understand that there is nothing special about the season. The season of harvest comes only to bring to the manifestation what you have sown, to bring to the manifestation the work you have done in the first place. So it's very important also for us to understand that. And I want us to, because now, for example, I finished a challenge. I was hosting a challenge called the 5-day goal crushing challenge with Zoe, and it was powerful. It was about helping people get clarity on what to aim at and what to focus on, because the first prerequisite to be able to crush your goals is to know how to set the right ones. There are many people who don't know what even is the difference between a goal and a desire, a goal and a dream, how to set a goal, how to set your intention, what are the right goals and what are the wrong goals. So we went through this challenge, but at the end of the challenge, on the fifth day, I told people that you can have the greatest clarity in the world. You can have the best plan in the world. You can have the best delivery system in the world. You can have the best strategy in the world. Everything is good. But you have to understand this when it comes to crushing your goals. It comes down to one word, one concept: execution. Execution, it is that common denominator of all successful people. They are people who execute on what they set their mind to do. They do not procrastinate. They do not find excuses. They deliver on their promises. And if you want 2023 to be your best life ever, you are watching me on YouTube or you are listening to me on podcast, I want you to notice it is good to set the right goal. It is good to have a plan. It is good to know what you have to do. But at the end of the day, what will make the difference is your capacity to execute. Execution is the master key, and many people have problems with execution. Why many people are failing? Why a few people are winning? Why many people are struggling? Why a few ones are skyrocketing their results? Why? The first thing, apart the mindset, one of the things is execution. Many of them are experts in procrastination, experts in postponing, experts in finding reasons, experts in letting their emotions run their lives. But I want to help you in this episode because, in fact, I want to talk to you about the last day of my 5-day challenge, the goal crushing challenge with Zoe. The last day, I talked about the 7 levels of commitment. In fact, I talked about the 5 levels. And as I was preparing this new episode of Conversation with Zoe, I thought about adding 2 other levels of commitment because the secret to execution is commitment. And you will see as I will be presenting to you the different levels of commitment, you will understand that successful people are not supermen or superwomen. No, they have built a system that allows them to have those 7 levels of commitment I'm about to share with you in the same system, and they lock themselves into that system in such a way that they will have no other choice than to execute. And that is what you need. When I work with much of my coaching clients, I help them understand that execution is not something you will be able to do by yourself, except if what you are doing is something you are passionate about, really passionate about. But in life, we have to understand that there are things we will have to do we are not passionate about, but that serve our passion. There are things we don't want to do, but we have to do because it serves our passion and it serves our purpose and it serves our responsibility, maybe as a leader, as a father, as a spouse, as a children, as a partner. You have to understand that. So, successful people lock themselves into a system where they can have these different levels of commitment in such a way that they have no other choice than to execute. Now, let me give you all those 7 levels of commitment. You may recognize some, some may be new to you, but I really want you to pay attention and not to overlook them. Do not overlook them, because at the end of this year, what will make you proud will not be what you set as intention. It is a fact that you have executed on your intentions. You have executed on your goals. If you reach the end of this year and you didn't maybe hit your major target, but you look backward and you see how you have made progress over progress, how you have grown, I can assure you that even if your major target will not be hit, you will be satisfied because you will understand that you are in a different position. You have grown, you have made progress, you have increased your mindset, your tool set, your skill set, your capacity, your leadership skills. I don't know where you want to make improvement. So it's very important. So the first level of commitment first is to set. The seven levels are set, write, see, read, plan, report, sanction. The first level is set. Napoleon Hill said this: successful people has this one thing in common. They have a definiteness of purpose. They are definite in their intention. They have something they want to achieve. They have a goal. They do not get into a new year saying that I will take whatever life has in store for me, or I will take whatever God has in store for me. Even when they go toward God to pray, when they get the mind of God, they set an intention. It is very powerful for you to understand the power of the definiteness of purpose, the definiteness of your intention, the power of setting your intention, your destination. I always share with people this story I heard many years ago about this young man completely lost in a forest, not knowing how to find his way out. And suddenly, an old man is passing him by. An old man is passing by. And he called the old man. Hey, old man, please, please, please help me, help me. I need your help. And the old man asked him, how can I help you? He replied, I want to get out of here. I'm lost and I don't know how to find my way out of this mess. And the old man asked him, where do you want to go? And the young man replied, I just want to get out of here. I don't have any particular destination. I just want to get out of this forest. I am lost. And the old man replied to him, if you have no destination, then you do not need my help. My help will be relevant if you have a destination where you want to head to in the first place. If you do not have a destination, then you need no direction. Every direction you will take will certainly get you out of here. Many people do not understand that for them to get a direction, they have to set a destination, and that the destination comes first and the direction follows. The destination comes first and the direction follows. Many people fail to set their intention, to define what they really want to achieve in their lives or in a year like this, because they think that for what use to set my intention, because I know that I will not be able to achieve that goal. But I want to tell you, you don't have to know something you didn't set in the first place. The direction will be revealed to you. The direction will be shown to you. The direction will appear to you if you set the destination. That is very important. So the first level of commitment is to set your intention. It is very powerful, very, 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 very powerful. A study has been conducted by the Association of Talent Development, and that study showed this. Having an idea of goal increase your likelihood to achieve it by 10%. Having a goal, an idea that this is what I want to achieve, increases your likelihood to complete and to achieve that goal by 10%. Can you imagine that? That is the first level of commitment. The second level of commitment is write. It is said even in the Bible, in the book of Habakkuk, write the vision. write the vision. Those who wrote their vision increase more than the rest their likelihood to achieve those goals. It had been said that 3% of those who rule the world have this that the rest do not. They have their goals written on paper. They have their vision written on paper. They have their vision board. That is another level of commitment. It is a mind game. Something you wrote increases unconsciously your commitment to execute what you have written. That is why vision board is so powerful, because first of all, you have to put in words, you have to put in pictures, you have to write down the idea of your intention, of your goal, and by doing that, you increase your commitment, therefore your likelihood to execute on that goal. That is very powerful. That is the second level of commitment. The third level of commitment is to see it. Many people write their goals, and after a certain period of time, they forget about that. They forget their goal. You have to make sure that your goal is visible. You can see them every day. I'm looking for a statement I want to show to you to help you understand the power of writing your goal. It is very, 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 very powerful. You have to write your goal and you have to make it visible. Every day you have to look at it. Every day. Every day you have to look at it. It is very, very important. So the third level of commitment is to see it. Put it in a place where you will see it every day. The book of Habakkuk in the Bible says this. Then the Lord replied, write down the vision, the revelation, and make it plain on tablets so that the herald may run with it. Write down the vision so that the message will be easy to read. You have to write down the vision. You have to make sure that you see it every day. You set, you write, you see it every day. It's about commitment, because the more you are committed, the more you will be executing. And at the end of the year, you will be proud of yourself for what you have accomplished. So, set, write, see, now read every day. Put that somewhere where when you wake up, you will see it. And when you will go to bed, you will see it once again. And every time you see it, read it. Every time you see it, read it. And read it in a grateful state of mind. Seeing yourself as you have already accomplished it. See it and read it as someone who has already accomplished the goal you are reading. I'm so happy. I'm grateful for having achieved this. Read it in a grateful state of mind. This is another level, because the more you are grateful about something, the more you will see yourself in doing something, the more you will have faith, the more it will give you this sense of self-efficacy, the more it will build your confidence, and the more your commitment will rise, and you will be able to execute. It's about execution. So set, write, see, and read. You have to see it every day. You have to read it every day. Very important. The fifth level of commitment is to plan. Make a plan. Make a plan. And a plan is simply a series of steps. This is what I have to do. After this is what I have to do to be able to reach that destination. I will have to go through this place. I will have to go through this place. These are the steps. A plan is a series of steps. Very, very important. Do you have a plan for your goals this year, 2023? Do you have a plan? Do you have a plan? Because when you have a plan, you can turn your plan into daily routines. And by focusing on your daily routines, you will be moving every day forward, and it will increase your likelihood to crush your goals. So you have to make a plan. Very important. Very, very powerful. Many people do not have plan. Some of them have goals, but not plan. How in the world, without a plan, can you hope or can you wish to achieve your goal if you don't have a plan? Make a plan. You can adjust your plan as you are going, but you need always to have a plan. A plan can be adjusted, but a plan is important. To know that I have to adjust something, it is because I have a plan in the first place. To know that this step is not the right one, it is because first of all, I have a plan. And by executing the plan, I can find out that this step is not the right step. I should instead doing this. I should be instead doing this. But because first of all, you have a plan, you have a direction. Someone says, I think it's what the late Dr. Miles Monroe, who used to say that you cannot direct a car which is parked. You cannot direct a car which is parked. It has to be in movement. When the car is moving, you can direct him. And you also, if you don't have a plan that you are following, you cannot get the right direction. You have to make your plan. This is the fifth level of commitment. The fifth level of commitment. And let me tell you, the same study showed that the Association of Talent Development showed that when someone plan how to do to reach his goal, he increases his likelihood to crush that goal to 50%. Can you imagine that? When someone make a plan how to achieve and to crush his goal, he increases his likelihood to achieve that goal to 50% just by making a plan. It's very powerful. Make a plan. That plan, turn it into daily routines and make sure every day that you follow that plan. And by using that plan, you increase your likelihood to reach your goals to 50%. It is very powerful. The sixth level of commitment is report. And when I'm talking about report, I'm talking about being held accountable. You need an accountability partner. Someone you report to every day that this is what I was supposed to do today. I did this, I did this, I did this. When you have to report to someone, it increases your likelihood to, guess what, 95%. Having a specific accountability appointment with someone you have committed to increases your probability to crush your goal to 95%. It's study-based, what I'm telling you. You need an accountability partner. That is why I always recommend those I train, those I coach, or those I teach to find themselves a community of people where they will be held accountable. When you know that you will have to give an account for what you have been doing this day, it creates pressure. And that pressure pushes you to do the things you have to do because you don't want to be pictured as a loser. All of us, we don't want to be pictured as a loser. We don't want to display an image of a loser. We want people to see us as a source of inspiration. And when we know that we will have to report, it increases the pressure. That is how I succeeded in writing my dissertation, my thesis, when I was a PhD candidate. I spent 3 years doing nothing, procrastinating, postponing. But when I joined a mastermind, a lab, the fact that I was called to report every week increased the pressure. And I was forced to do what I have to do because I didn't want to display an image of a loser. You need that community. And it is very important. The seventh level of commitment is sanction. Sanction. In the book Indistractable, the author displays the fact that when you make your goal difficult not to do by adding a fine or a sanction, you increase your likelihood of achieving it. Make it difficult not to do by bringing some kind of sanction every time you fail to do it. And that is why you need a coach. That is why you need a community, because all these 7 levels of commitment, you can build them and you can apply them in your life only if you have a community and you have a coach. It is very important. No one, or it is very difficult for someone to be a goal crusher, as I call them, if you don't have a community where you are held accountable, and if you don't have a coach that can push you, that can train you, that can give you that inspiration, that motivation to go beyond your comfort zone, because success lies beyond your comfort zone. Success lies in doing the hard things, and to be able to do the hard things on a daily basis, consistently, you need a community. You need a coach. Even Elon Musk has a coach. He has people he go to help him achieve his goals. All of those great men and women we admire, all of them have coach, community. And you also, I want to tell you, right off the bat, you need a community and you need a coach, because it is only in that environment that you can build these 7 levels of commitment that will make you having no other choice than to execute. It took me 3 years I spent 3 years procrastinating in writing my dissertation. But when I joined that community with a coach, it took me 6 months to write my dissertation thesis, for which I was procrastinating for 3 years. Just by joining a community and having a coach, everything I've ever achieved in my life, it is because I had a coach and I belonged to a community. That is very powerful. I remember one of my coaching clients, he had that project to write a book. He was procrastinating. He was postponing. He was finding excuses. When I started coaching him, it took him less than 10 months to finish that book. He was procrastinating because a coach increases that pressure. It creates that environment where you are held accountable, where you have this sense of urgency, where you can no longer find excuses. It gives you trainings, tool sets. It gives you motivation, inspiration, what you need to be able to crush your goals. Because the fact is this, it will be difficult. And only those who are committed can move on in front of difficulties. Only those who are committed can continue to move forward despite the difficulties. And that commitment cannot be achieved alone. You cannot reach that level of commitment. You, in your mind, in your heart, you know that you need that. You have goals you never achieved. You have your book full with your dreams, full with things you want to achieve, but you never achieve them simply because you lack commitment. You can start doing things, but when the environment starts getting tough, you give up. You need a system of commitment. You need to lock yourself into a system where these 7 levels of commitment will be applied in your life, and you will have no other choice. I say no other choice. I've seen it in my own life, in the life of those I train and those I coach. You will have no other choice than to execute. And guess what? By executing, you will find yourself at the end of the year in a better place, in a better position, in a better state, with better results, with better outcomes, because you didn't limit yourself just by setting the right goal, but you increase your level of commitment by locking yourself into a powerful system that allowed you to have no other choice than to execute. This is what I wanted to share with you. If you want to build that system, you can reach out to me. Reach out to me on the comment section. Say, I want to be coached by you. And I will reach out to you and we will have a session to see, because I have a 12-week coaching program called the Jumpstart Accelerator Coaching Program, the JAC program, to help people who set the right goal. In fact, in the beginning, I start reviewing your goals to make sure that you have set the right ones. And when we are certain that you have set the right goals, I've put in place a system that will lock you into a series of levels of commitment that will create this sense of urgency, that will build that motivation, that inspiration, that finisher mindset, that goal crusher mindset you need to execute. Even you are facing difficulties, you need a system like that. If you don't want to work with me, it's not a problem. Find yourself a coach. Get inside a community. Find yourself an accountability partners. Even in your family, among your friends, you have to make sure that this year is the best year ever you ever lived on the face of the earth by applying these 7 levels of commitment. But if you want me to be your coach, if you want me to be your coach, if you want me to help you with that system, write in the comment section, Zoe, I want to be coached by you. And I will reach out to you to see if my 12-week Jumpstart Accelerator Coaching Program fits with you. And your life will never be the same. My goal of this episode is for you to pay attention to these 7 levels of commitment. Set, write, see, read, plan, report, and sanction. It is very important. I hope you've got some value from this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We need more people to get impacted by this content. Share this this video with people you know may need this kind of content. Like, leave a comment. We want this video, this channel to touch many lives, millions of lives, but we need you to be able to achieve that. If you are listening to us on podcast, leave a review, leave a comment, spread the word about this podcast. It was a pleasure for me to be your host once more. And as I usually say, I hope you've got some value, a lot of value, in fact, from this episode. It was Zoe from Cameroon, and I wish you success.